It is that time of year again for local yarn store day. Right now it is the Friday before local yarn store day, so I thought maybe I would plan in advance and do my intro before the day, because what always happens is I'll be in the car and I'm like, oh right, I didn't do an intro, guess I gotta do it in the car. This year me and my sister have decided that we want to go to different yarn stores, except for the Creative Knitter. That is the first store on our adventure tomorrow. Of course we're gonna go there. It's our favorite yarn store. We gotta support Stephanie, we gotta support her yarn store, we love her yarn store, and then we're gonna visit a bunch of different ones. We decided that we want to go and visit some newer shops, so we're gonna actually go towards the St. Thomas, London area of Ontario. We're still gonna stick to Southern Ontario because that's where we are. Kind of just want to go over what I'm looking for. Yarn wise, I think I'm good. I'm good with yarn. There's not really any projects that I can think of right now that I do need yarn for. I mean, there is one, but I don't think I'm gonna use fancy yarn for it. I kind of want to use yarn that like is in my stash. If I see something in a store that I've never seen before and I'm like, this is the most beautiful yarn that I've ever seen and it's at a reasonable price, I probably will pick it up. I am looking more for like notions and different things. First off, I am looking to get some sock knitting needles. I would love to try to make a pair of socks. My sister has made 2 pairs so far and she loves it, and I feel like I should get into it. I don't know. I would like to make at least one pair of socks, because there's this yarn at the Creative Knitter that I have been eyeing for months. It's a sock weight yarn, so it's very, very fine. It's a very, very lightweight yarn. Really want to buy that yarn at Stephanie's. I also really want to buy some knitting needles, these sock knitting needles. I'm also looking for like maybe some knitting needle stoppers, you know, to put on the ends of knitting needles, because unlike crochet hooks where you literally could just take your crochet hook out and your project's not going anywhere, knitting needles, if they're on the needles, you can't really just take the needles out because it would fall apart. Just kind of want to look for some random things, like stuff that I'm like, oh, normally I wouldn't buy this because I don't need it, but it's yarn store day and it's on sale and I've always kind of wanted something. Those kind of things, if that makes sense. So like just little stuff like that, but then also going to some new stores and seeing what they have and, you know, just experiencing it all. So I think that pretty much sums up the intro to this. So the next time you'll see me, we'll be on the road and we'll be going to a bunch of yarn stores. If you're new to my channel and you like crocheting and yarn and thrifting and the 80s and like all that jazz, why not hit the subscribe button?
3 weeks later.
Okay, so it has been what? 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks
I
since
just did my nails and I did them 3 weeks ago for yarn day.
It's been 3 weeks since we did local yarn store day, and honestly I had to set all my stuff up here and I forgot what I bought.
It's like Christmas again, but we bought everything ourselves.
Yeah, we used our own money for our own gifts. We'll go in order of the shops we went to. So unlike last year where we filmed in the car, my dad drove us, so it was kind of difficult to do our sitting and filming in the car. Also, the places we went to were a little bit further away than normal, so it took us more time to get there, and if we had like sat and talked, we probably wouldn't have gotten to the last 2 stores. For anyone who doesn't know, this is my sister Brittany, and she has her own Instagram, which is
spooky.blue.crochet.
if you want to follow her on her Instagram handle is right here. She does a lot more spooky stuff, a lot more darker tones, where I do like crazy retro stuff. So we have 2 really different, vastly different crocheting styles. So if you want to go check her out, definitely give her a follow. Let's start off at the Creative Knitter. Now, the Creative Knitter was the busiest store that we went to the entire day, and so I wasn't able to get as much store footage as I would have liked to for my favorite yarn shop. So the other day when I went to Crochet Club, I decided to take some more video of the shop, so then that way y'all can see everything in Stephanie's shop. And now we're back with our little Creative Knitter haul. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, so because of this one, I bought sock making things. I don't even know when I'm gonna make socks, or if I really want to. And I really don't know about the other ones. The other ones had like deals, but Stephanie's store, I'm pretty sure the entire shop was 20% off that day. If I'm gonna spend the money and get some like knitting things, it's best to do it on that day.
This is stuff that Stephanie told my sister to get me for Christmas, and this is what I use, and this is the one that broke on me. It just happened to be like a random factory defect. It's a really good good needle set, if you're gonna sock knit, this is the one to get.
It's the ChiaoGoo.
You need this one to bind off the toes. Trust me. Get this brand, don't get a different brand, because it will get caught on like where the needle connects to the cord and you'll hate your life. Don't hate your life, get this brand.
I bought these two, and then here's the thing, I have been eyeing this one ever since I started going to her shop. And every time I like try to reach over, Stephanie would be like, that's not what you need for this project. And I'm like, but I want it for this project. Stephanie's like, that's sock weight yarn. That's not what you need for this project, but I'm gonna make socks. So I bought it. It is from Lang Yarns. It's the Millie, what is that, Mill or Millie? Color Eye Sock and Lace Luxe Super Wash. If you watched my sardine bag, I did use the Lang Yarns really thin sparkly yarn for like the scales.
The thread?
Yeah, that's from Lang. If you bought something, Stephanie gave you like a little goodie bag. As we were driving, I forgot all my stitch markers.
And I was about to like open up my kit and I'm like, hold on, Stephanie gave us some.
These little thank you things with stitch markers and a yarn needle and
a sticker
and some things for knitting.
And it's funny because Stephanie always just randomly picks ones for us, but they're always like ones that we would pick anyway.
Yeah, so this one I got like a red heart, and then Brittany will show you what she got. So that's everything that I got from the first store.
So this is what I got from Stephanie's store.
You bought that at a different day.
No, this is all from Stephanie. This is all from Yarn Day.
The black yarn and the white yarn was from...
Yarn Day, because it was 20% off.
Oh, right.
It's all from Yarn Day, even though Michelle does not think it is. It is, because it was all 20% off, and I'm making a really fun project that I'm wearing to a certain emo concert in August, and I need to make a military-style vest. It's the Estelle yarns. It's 50% cotton, 50% linen. I got a black and I got a white, because it's going to be August and it's going to be outside the show. And then my goal at every yarn store was to buy sock yarn, because I now want to make a sock yarn every month. So I bought these two from Stephanie's. I got this. It is the Pro Lana something. It's really pretty, my colors. And then I got these one. This one was on sale. It's the King Cole Rebel.
Oh.
Because I wanted to kind of make some Pride looking socks for next month, for Pride month.
It's almost like this. Yours is just kind of like a deeper version and not glittery like
and
this
then
one.
Stephanie used to hand dye yarn, and I've been eyeing this yarn for like the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I have cleared her out in the store. So if you want this color, sorry, I have all 7 skeins of it in my room. Look how pretty it is. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it. Something. But I have it, and that's all that matters.
See, Yarn Store Day is buying yarn that you don't know what you want to do with, but it's pretty and on sale.
This is mine. So it has like a blue sticker, a blue needle, and a bunch of stitch markers. And these ones are really good for knitting, especially like the round ones for sock knitting, for like holding your things.
The next place we went to was all the way in St. Thomas.
St. Thomas.
Oh, well, you got pretty far. Brittany, it's the elephant! No! We're gonna go see the elephant when we're done.
Jordan now.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my god, that'd be fun candy. That'd be fun to work out.
I think I'm gonna get this one. First thing I want to point out is the whole ride there, I'm like, where's the elephant? I want my elephant.
Where's my elephant?
turned the corner and I looked across the street and it was Jumbo, the elephant statue. I'm like, okay, Brittany, once we're done with the store, we gotta go over there. Now, the whole reason why me and my sister are obsessed with Jumbo the elephant is because when we were kids, like I think I was like maybe 11 at the time, my parents took us to St. Thomas for a little vacation, a little trip. We visited the elephant and we have a photo of me and my sister together as kids standing in front of the elephant. I tried to find this photo. I don't know where the photo is, but I will find that photo one day and then share it with y'all. This is our first time going to this shop. We kind of picked different shops to go to this year rather than the regular ones we go to. The place that we went to, it was called the Little Red Mitten, and of course I bought a little sticker. This store was so nice.
Many rooms.
A lot of rooms in there, and it was really nice because at first I thought it was going to be small, and then I kind of turned, and then you turned.
And you just keep turning.
And it was like a little maze, and there was so much stuff in there. The lady who helped us was super lovely. It was such a nice shop, and she actually had like a table where people were working on their projects. I really want to go back to this store. Anyways, what did I get? You might have noticed that I want to start doing like yarn spinning, and I think there's like a yarn spinning club this Saturday. So I'm gonna go there and try again. If you saw our last vlog, Fiber Forge,
it was like that market thing.
The old cotton factory.
The old cotton mill.
On the 3rd floor, and it was really hot.
It was very hot.
So I ended up buying like a little spindle. You know, you have to buy roving and stuff. So when I saw this there, I mean, it's like a unicorn. It's almost like...
It's very sparkly.
It's like this. I don't know. It's like either I am like grandma, like 80s with the brown and the oranges, or I'm like a child from the 80s who watches Rainbow Bright. It's either or. So I ended up buying this. It's so cute. I can't use it yet until I know how to make the yarn properly. And when I know how to make it properly, then I can do this. I ended up buying a little sticker of their logo, and then they had the most amazing
so many
section.
buttons.
And they were all from like the 90s.
And they were sorted and organized.
In little tiny tubes. So cute. And so I ended up picking up some cute little red buttons that look like flowers, and of course I got the 90s blue ribbon geese buttons. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I saw them and I'm like,
them, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. And so like I needed to get them. I feel like I got something else there. And then she actually had like a little, like these little tickets where you could scratch and then you got like something free. I got these little
needle stoppers.
Needle
End of your
stoppers.
knitting needles.
And they're kind of like a hard rubber, and I'm getting into knitting. I made one thing. I do have an idea already. I want to make a cute little red vest. Anyways, I just got these for free, and they're so cute, and I feel like I probably would lose these a lot once I start knitting, so it's good to have a bunch of them. I did get something else at that store. This!
Sock yarn.
I forgot about this sock yarn. It was like sitting right there. Completely forgot. I have never made socks. Don't know when I'm gonna make socks. But I'm like, hey, let's get another sock yarn. And this brand is by Signature. I just bought it because I really like the colors, and eventually when I get into sock making, I'll have the yarn to do it.
I also bought some really pretty roving in my colors.
Yeah, those are definitely
when I have that Saturday off in the month where I can go to spin class. Eventually I want to work with this, but I'm obviously going to practice with what Stephanie has because I trust her and I don't trust me. And then I also bought, yet again, some really soft sock yarn by KFI Luxury Collection. It is super soft, like having fun socks. And then I also got a cute little sticker to add to my chaotic water bottle. And then I also got a scratch and get a stitch marker if that's what I want. And it's a little guy.
Oh, that's cute.
It's a little guy.
After this store, we ended up going to London, and was it just called London Yarns?
I think it was just London Yarn, something
London
like that,
Yarns.
yeah.
So we ended up going there, and let me tell you, I didn't know what to expect from this place just because you had to turn off a major intersection. Then you went down to some like industrial part, and then you turn into this parking lot full of, looks like a little abandoned shops, and then at the very end,
And it was the little shop.
it was the yarn shop.
Oh, that's pretty. What is there a pattern on like the? Oh, it shows you how it's gonna be.
First off, this yarn shop, they were so nice in there. They were so helpful because I was looking for something and the lady showed me things and was very helpful and they were very knowledgeable, and the store itself was like so gosh darn cute. I ended up getting this here. It is another Tunisian crochet hook. The brand is by Knitter's Pride. Never used any of their products before, but this one is made out of wood. Now, the only Tunisian crochet hook that I have is made out of bamboo, and it's very, very light. Now, I wanted a 5mm, but the only one they came in was a 4.5mm, but I feel like a lot of times when I do Tunisian, I use a thinner yarn, so I think it will be okay. The reason why I got this one is because it has interchangeable cords, and when I do Tunisian crochet, I don't like using the long needles. Have you ever used the long needles?
Not a fan, not a fan.
It's like you're like moving it and the whole project's like going up and down, and I don't know. I used to do Tunisian crochet when I first started because I didn't know there was any other way, and I was using hooks that were this big, so all my projects were this big, and I was very confused how people were making big projects because my hook was only like this big. With this, I got the by Knit Pro, and it's a swivel cable. Unfortunately, my ChiaoGoo cables don't fit with this
Every
one.
brand usually has its own, unfortunately.
But they're two different brands. This one's Knitter's Pride and this one's Knit Pro. I did open it, as you can see in the back. I did open it because I wanted to make sure it fit. It did fit. I probably could have got a longer cable, and I do want to test this out. It is a inline hook, but I do want to test it out and see if there's a different weight. I want to find a metal one, so if anybody out there who knows where to buy a metal Tunisian crochet hook, interchangeable with the cable. I'm not talking about aluminum either. Maybe a heavier metal hook. Please let me know, because that is what I'm looking for. The other things I got were these little cat stitch markers. They're so cute. A little tiny sticker of like a tarot card. Forgot I even had this one. Again, I'm on the hunt for sock yarn, so I bought this because it's giving me ChiaoGoo from Kim Possible vibes. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then I just got some more little needle stoppers because the little stars are really fun. Cute. That's actually the same brand as the cats. Now we're gonna go to the last shop. There was two shops we wanted to go to, but unfortunately the one was closing in like less than an hour, and it would have taken us an hour to get there. And the other place was closing in 2 hours, and it was going to take us like an hour and a half to get to the other place. So we're like, okay, we're going to go to the other place. The other place was in Waterloo, so from London to Waterloo, like Saturday traffic.
We hopped on the highway.
Yeah.
It was when my needle broke, and I was very upset.
What do they have there? Stitch markers. They have mushroom stitch markers. That's cute. What are these little tins? That's cool. So like as you're knitting, you can like put what room. Oh, that's neat. They had a lot of really cute things. They had little events going on. Unfortunately, we missed all of that because we got there like maybe a half an hour before they closed, but they were so lovely in there. They actually took photos of what we were wearing because we were wearing like cute little outfits, and they put it like as Polaroids on the wall, which was so nice. Did I say the name of this place? The Flying Squirrel. Definitely want to go back there one day. I thought it was just the cutest little shop. Now, by this time, I've kind of like bought all the little things that I wanted, so I was looking more for novelty things, and I found probably the most novelty yarn I'm ever gonna find.
Yep.
And that is the Wool in the Gang 100% paper yarn. I do have a project for this that I'm currently working on. I'm gonna make a bag out of it. I'm gonna make a paper bag out of paper yarn. Keep an eye out for that video. I want you to use a 4.5mm crochet hook. There's a little hand in in a bucket, so I'm assuming it can be hand washed. So that's gonna be really interesting. Maybe if I have extra yarn left over, I'll make a square and I'll put it in water and see what happens.
And whatever's left over, I get to eat.
You're not Spike. Land before time. They actually had such cute stickers. Now, the rest of my stickers are in the house. These are the ones that I ended up getting. I did get another one that said something about knitting, and I have no idea where I put it. Crochet Girly, I got Yarn Lover, I got their little sticker, which I think is so cute, and then of course I got Swatch Skipper, because valid. I don't do swatches, and I probably should, but I don't.
For my last sock yarn, I got the Hoko Hoko Fiber Co. yarn, hand-dyed in Ontario. Shop local. It's hard to tell, but it's very like holographic. There's like specks of colors throughout and everything. And I'm really excited to make a pair of socks.
I didn't even know you got that one.
And it is in the color Slate, in case anyone wants to look at it. And then I got some stickers. I got a sticker from like the Flying Squirrel, Crafty Witch, Frog Queen, because you know I am frogs. I have a frog tattoo, so I am a frog queen.
I am the lizard queen!
And then I got a pin, Late Night Crafter.
That's cute.
And it's gonna go on my work lanyard.
They had a lot of cute little things there. That's all the shops we went to. I feel like last year we went to more, but only because they were like closer in distance.
And they were the ones that we went to the previous year, and I believe one of them in Burlington's not actually a shop anymore.
Yeah, I think that was their last year. A lot of the shops that we normally would go to, it's like either we go there or we go to the new shops, but we couldn't do both because by the time we would go all the way up to the new shops and then come back, those shops would be closed because yarn stores tend to close around 4 o'clock on Saturdays, 4 or 5 o'clock, so we kind of had to pick and choose this year. The one store that I wanted to go to was the Needle Emporium, but they do a big summer sale, so I would rather just wait, save my money for that shop, for that sale, go then to buy all that type of yarn. I really like the shops that we went to this year, so next year we're really gonna have to like figure out which ones we wanna go back to, which ones we didn't go this year but went last year, so that's gonna be interesting next year. So before we end it, what was your favorite thing you bought? Favorite yarn, we'll do favorite yarn.
I'm really excited to work with this yarn because it has like so many different speckles and sparkles in it,
And there's like a little bit of blue in there,
a little bit of blue, a little bit of like a little bit of pink, a little bit of yellow. Like I'm really excited to see how this turns out because I've never worked with a hand-dyed yarn, like sock yarn before, so I'm excited.
I'd probably have to say this is probably my favorite one because I have been eyeing it, I think ever since we started going to the Creative Knitter. I'm like, one day I will buy you, and I got to buy it. But then I'm also like really excited to make yarn and use this. And then, I mean, the novelty paper yarn. Well, I'm actually gonna start the project today, but I'm really excited to start this one. I think that does it for this video, so y'all have a good day now.
Follow me.